of the gateway, if you see that we have sensors placed on the environment, those sensors make use of gateway services. So this gateway, once we have a receiver on the HTTP listening to the sensors, so the sensors data which comes through the JSON is being processed. We have a raw data processor here. This processor converts your JSON string to a data format which can be saved into your database. So this raw data process is being sent to the database, and this involves two stacks here. One is the emergency and stack, and one is general. So the information which is in emergency is given priority first. So that data is being passed to the emergency stack, and there's another one in general stack. So we here have like two processors which can process the information from this stack. So if there is information existing in the emergency stack, it takes care of that. The processor takes the information and then sends it to the server. And if there is no data in the emergency server, we can also make use of the general. So we have multiple interfaces here. And then we have remote management interface and client interface. Remote management interface is to manage the sensors which are deployed on the field. So we can have the information of those sensors and detailed information. And the client interface is the interface which you make use to enter the sensor data information and to generate services from the sensors. So when we come back to this architecture of the server, there are two things that are connected over HTTP. One is the mobile, one is the gateway. We make use of the REST protocol APIs, and this REST protocol APIs we are using post and get to submit and request the information. So on the other side of the server, we have data visualization, sensor visualization, and admin console. Admin console, as you saw, that you can make use of the admin console to view the information of the sensors on the map and use their temperatures and sensor. Then we have filters, data filters, through which we can periodically search the sensors on the handheld. And then you have the system model. System model basically takes care of your database, creating the tables. And I can take you to more information on the next slide. But then before that, the communication is happened over a secure channel, SSL, and we also make use of the facilities like Kerberos and authentication, basic authentication for the handle. So the Kerberos takes care here for the gateway. So before, if you take a general scenario, the gateway first connects to the HTTP, makes a HTTP request or internet to the server, and then the server, what it does, the AAA server listens to this request and gives the token to the gateway, and it also gives a token to the server. And once this token is taken by them, they involve another request to the server where they want to feed the information. They exchange the token. If this token matches, they have the information shared, else they have this authentication failure result. Then we also have this SSL certificates enabled. So suppose if you're using for the first time, you're authenticating, you have to make sure that you download the certificate and have the security enabled, since our communication is over encryption. Then there's also authorization taking place. So you have every sensor or every handler doesn't have the privileges to send or receive. So you can even assign some privileges where you are authorized, only this particular sensor or handler device is authorized to send or receive information. So similarly, we also have for the handle, we receive and send and receive authentication information through a header by username and password, which has already been registered by this AAA team. If this success, then we send and receive the information. Until then, we don't send and receive. So when I spoke about data visualization in the server side, so if you see that we can, as demonstrated by my friend Sam, we can see that each sensor selects the sensor, and based on the location, you can see the temperature of that sensor as well. So this shows the live view of the sensor data on the map, and then we can also select multiple sensors and view this information. Then we move on to the data visualization on the graph. So here you can choose the sensors based on the week, month, hour-wise, and choose the sensors temperature and see them on the graph. This is another functionality from the server side. Then you see the sensors visualization. So there are lots of sensors available there. We don't know which is offline, which is online. So we have the sensor information based on the last activity time. So here you can get the details of those sensors, a part of admin management console here. Then coming to the handle architecture, we have as in place an authentication in place. We make use of the sensors, GPS sensor here for the location APIs before sending a sensor information and viewing the individual sensor on a map. Then also we have this, to see the temperature, we have this graph view, and which is being used. We can make use of bar graph and line graph to view the temperature sensor. sensor temperature of the sensor. Then we also have backing up of the data. So suppose the handheld doesn't have an internet available, what we do is we save it on the local database through a SQLite, and then once the connection is established, we make sure that we send this information through another separate thread, which is also part of a backing, as a backup plan in the handle. Then we have some screenshots for you for the map and for the sensor temperatures, sending information, receiving information. And this is the interface where you get a list of sensors and you choose to load graphs or load maps. Then when we come to the project reflection, we see that we have made use of the Scrum model, and we also made use, for this project, we have made use of this open source tools and technologies, and aspects like scalability, security, and this architecture should be adaptable to the future innovation or future services is being taken care of. Seamless interfaces have been implemented. Then I come to the conclusion. The ultimate goal of the project was to make a smart home city, smart cities, and the ultimate goal was that all verticals, the server, gateway, and handle, to communicate with each other, thus providing citizens to better and easier way of living. Then we want this project to get engaged with a range of partners from industries, research institutes, and city municipalities. Then also innovative way to achieve better interaction between the city stakeholders. Then there is a role for this ICT players also here. They can support the whole infrastructure and platform of applications, which can, while ubiquitously connecting the stakeholders in the city. So that's about my presentation. Thank you for your time.
For the final demo, we have two projectors, so we don't have this interaction of the demo, the PPT. So the PPT will be fixed and static, and the demo will be running on the other projector. We have your